Full day of eating. Come on, you little fucking cunts. Relocating and moving to Spain. Buy these products are amazing. No, try it. If it fucking works, it works. If it doesn't, don't use it. One little thing I like to add to my meals is little side dishes like this. Don't bottle it. If you want to fucking progress, that's what you've got to do. I'm done. How do you feel?
I feel emotional.
Welcome back to the channel. Full day of eating, week number 2 of the growing season. So I really wanted to record this today because it's a tricky period this. You finish your diet, you don't really have aspirations and goals anymore, which was similar to before. Now it's kind of like, well, what the fuck do I do with myself? And this is where people really fuck up. They really then go off track, they overeat, they gain shit tons of weight. And all of a sudden they're 5-6 kilos up in a matter of weeks and they've just ruined the growing phase, their bulk, whatever you want to call it. So this is a really important video. I'm going to take you through all the food choices that we're making, the changes that we've made to each meal, and also educate you surrounding what you can do after finishing a diet, because this is where you need accountability, this is where you need structure, and you just fucking freestyle it and go off plan expecting to make progress and stay adherent. It just ain't gonna work. So today's macros are gonna be 235 grams of protein, 66 fat, 512 carb, giving you 3,576 calories. We'll split that into 5 meals with an intra-workout. We're time to get fucking massive. We ain't fucking around anymore, guys. This year is a big year to really level up my physique. I'm here for it. I hope you're here for it as well. Please like, please subscribe, all that sort of good shit. And yeah, enjoy me watching eating food, because funny enough, I remember being at home when I first started watching like YouTubers and doing full day of eating. My mum was like, "You're watching people eat food whilst you're eating food." I'm like, yeah, I am actually. It's very strange, but weirdly enough, almost 10 years later, I still very much enjoy it. So I'm hoping you're enjoying your food whilst watching me eat my food. Anyway, shut up. Let's get into it. So this morning, 78.7, 173.6 pounds and 12 stone 5. Some of my favorite seasonings is the aroma. This one is really good on pretty much anything that you eat. Then the second one is the smoked paprika. Love this on beef mince, gives it a bit of a smoky flavour to it. So one little thing I like to add to my meals is little side dishes like this. Kimchi tastes really, really good and it complements the meal really, really well. So if you find like chicken, rice, veg boring, add some side dishes like this. This will be an absolute game changer for you. Oh, good boy, good boy. Yeah, my little boy. Oh yes, you're a big old boy, ain't you? You're a big old boy in the morning, ain't you? You come give daddy cuddles. You get your ears scratched for that, don't you? You're a big old boy. So meal number 1, it is 4:54 a.m. and as you can see, we get up, we meal prep, we fucking eat our food. I don't really fast too much in the morning. I don't necessarily believe in fasting as a bodybuilder. If like the goal is to build more muscle mass, then fasting is the last thing that I want to do. Don't get me wrong, fasting has its benefits and it has its purposes, but not trying to build muscle in my opinion. You've got to be eating. So make sure you're eating your food and not fasting. If you're spending more time fasting than you are eating, you're doing something wrong in my opinion. So 150 grams of 5% beef mince in here. I have 125 grams of jasmine rice. This is all raw weight, by the way. 100 grams of vegetables, and I have a spoonful of kimchi with some lighter than light mayo and some sweet chili sauce on top. I asked people in my previous video, would you eat this at 4 o'clock in the morning? And some of you actually would, and some of you said you definitely fucking wouldn't. So for me, like, it doesn't matter what time of day I eat this, I'm just getting the food in. This sits quite comfortably with my routine at the moment at 4 a.m. in the morning. So the increases that we made in this meal is just the rice basically. I was eating I think 90 grams of rice within my diet, and now I'm eating 125. And the problem that I see a lot of people make when they finish a diet is then create like a whole new meal plan. They then add in foods that they've not had in years or months. The best thing you can do is just add in more of the same food that you're eating. So as you can see, I've just added in rice. That's all I've simply done. Until until things need to change, don't change it. What happens when you start eating different foods is you don't know if you're going to digest it well, and most likely you're probably going to be hungrier because of it. I always like to say stick to what works, but just add more volume to it until you get to a point where the volume is too high, and that's when you can then start to make changes. So if you guys have followed the channel for a while, you know I am a big fan of journaling in the morning. I'm not someone who sits there and brags about how many check-ins I've done by 6 a.m. and I'm this amazing coach that I've done 20 check-ins. First thing I like to do personally myself is just check in with yourself. Just make sure that everything is all okay up here, because once everything up here is all okay, the rest of your day, the rest of you individually will see some good progress throughout your day. So for me, check in with yourself. It's really sad actually, because this journal that I've got, which is from Mind Journal, they're actually closing down, which is quite sad. So I actually bought some of their journals just to show some support with all the help that they've given me over the years with using things like this, which is been really handy in terms of my own self-development, and sometimes just writing things down actually makes you feel a ton better. So if you haven't ever journaled before, give it a try. Be open, be vulnerable, try something new. I was like you, probably thinking, fucking journaling's for hippie little wankers who have to sit down and write their feelings and their thoughts, a little bit puffy. But since I've been doing this, I've really leveled up here, and it's really improved all over my aspects of life. So give it a try. Morning check-ins done. We are, as you can probably hear Diesel in the background, he knows our fucking routine, and that means it's walk time, because when he starts piping up like that, he knows he's going for a big walk. So on our walk,
Where are you going? Go.
Diesel, go on, shut. Diesel, you going for a walk? Diesel, walk. It's a bit too early for that. Sorry neighbours, we're waking you up. Anyway, first thing we go. Diesel, come on now, bruv. Go. With our walk, on our walk, we have 1 serving of HydroFlow. So I've already gone through a 2 litre bottle this morning. I have about 6 litres of water per day. And I typically try and get at least 3 litres in before I train, because that's where I feel good. I feel like I can train properly, and I just feel hydrated. You know, there's nothing worse than going into it and not feeling like you could have drunk a little bit more water. So little things like hydration formulas, like the HydroFlow, or even just like little things that we use as well to get fluids in, like the old Vimto. This one's actually quite nice. It just helps get those fluids in. So by the way guys, you don't need to just drink rusty fucking tap water your whole life. You can add a little bit of flavour to your drinks to get the fluids down, because drinking 6 litres of just water per day, it's going to be a fucking chore that. Here he comes. Look at this big old German Shepherd coming running towards me. Get back, aggressive dog. Get back, aggressive dog. You little twat, ain't you? You little twat. What you got there? You got your stick, have you? You got your stick, have you? You little twat, ain't you? You little twat. Whoa. So just rounding up a good chunk of steps, 6.6k there, and now we are moving on to what is already primed and ready to be consumed. It's bowl of oats, baby. Now we make the oats in the morning, and then what the key tip is for having good oats, because a lot of people ask me about oat tutorial, which I will make eventually, I promise. Put your oats in the freezer about an hour before having them. Insane. We do definitely need to pay for YouTube basically we need to pay for YouTube Premium, because I can't deal with adverts anymore. I remember YouTube, they used to do 5-second ads. 5 seconds, that's fine. A minute? Are you fucking joking me now? I have 100 grams of oats in here. I've mixed in 30 grams of whey. It was the white chocolate hazelnut from Perform. I've then put 100 grams of 100 grams of blueberries, 50 grams of raspberries. I've then plopped on 25 grams of honey. And then on top, I've mixed in a whey, can't get my fucking words out.
It's hard to explain
It is.
because there's so much to say.
It is. There's so much in this bowl.
Exactly.
And then whey sludge on top, which is the cookie dough flavour from before. 20 grams on top there. So the key thing for a great bowl of oats is mixing one whey into the oats and then having a different whey for the whey paste. That's the key secret to a great bowl of oats. And then I have 15 grams of almond butter on top. We've had the same pre-workout meal now for 4 or 5 years. And the reason behind that is because don't change something that isn't broken. See so many people fucking flapping about with their pre-workout and they go into it, I'm really full and I feel heavy, oh, I can't brace properly, whatever it is. The reason behind that is because you're chopping and changing everything. If something works and you feel good, but don't just do it for one session, do it for weeks and find out whether it works. 2 people are like, oh, I've had that today, I didn't like it. Give it a fucking chance. I've had this 4 or 5 years. I know it digests well, I know I feel good, I know I train well off doing that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna eat the same shit. Today's sponsor is my bank account, Intra-workout. These are calories at the end of the day, so that's why I implement it into the full day of eating, because it is calories, isn't it, when you think about it. 1 serving of EAAs going into the mix. Now, the Naughty Boy one is good, but the issue is that when you have 1.5 litres of water, the serving is like 11 grams. So, I mean, I've just put 13 in there now, and I know that's just not gonna be like enough. It's gonna be really watered down. I personally wouldn't buy these again myself,
Yeah,
almost.
but it's 0 sugar, vegan friendly.
I don't give a fuck about that, bruv. Intra-workout carbs. So the CMP one, I mean, this one's really cheap. Like, you don't need to get the fucking really fancy ones that try and sell you this fucking... It's, at the end of the day, it is all the same stuff. So the cheapest place that I've seen is bulk powders that sell this. And you can buy like 3, 4, 5 kilos worth and it will last you forever. So 30 grams of that in there, which is 30 grams of carbs. I sip on this when I go to the gym. So I actually mix this in with my pre-workout, and I always make sure, well, I always try to make sure that I finish it 3/4 of the way through the training session. It all depends on what it tastes like, because at the moment this is good, but it's watered down and I don't really want to drink it. So I try and drink it so I can actually utilize it for the rest of the training session, because so many people finish their intra-workout on the last set, on the last exercise, and I'm thinking defeats the objective of why we're using an intra-workout. 2 scoops of pumpage going into the mix. So this is our favorite one. It makes your tongue go blue, doesn't it? Yeah. So 2 scoops of that. I'll drink that 25 minutes before my top set. That's usually how I sort of time it. And then just your 5 grams of creatine. Nothing special about that, just whenever I remember. And on a train day, the only time I remember taking my creatine is during my intra or pre-workout. This is all money out of my pocket. I like to say that, you know, we're not sponsored at the moment, and if I'm buying it out of my own money, then I believe in it. And the best thing that I'd say to anyone watching this and thinking about, oh, should I buy this, or I'm not sure if I've got the money to spend on it, it's not something you definitely need. It's something that is those 1%, which in my opinion, they add up over time. So try it. If you can budget for it and get the most out of it, then brilliant. If you can't, don't worry about it. Stick to your food and stick to training well, stick to sleeping well, and stick to managing your stress as best you can. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna sit here and go, buy these products are amazing. No, try it. If it fucking works, it works. If it doesn't, don't use it. Simple as that. We're all warmed up, ready for today's session. Today's session is chest and back rotation 2. So did chest and back on Monday, legs on Tuesday, today is Wednesday, and that is the chest and back rotation 2, and then I'll take a rest day tomorrow. So it works out really well in terms of me trying to hit my back 3 times a week at the moment. So today's session, prime pull down. We're then gonna move on to an interesting exercise, which is gonna be a single arm dumbbell row. I haven't done a dumbbell row for a long time. I think post 2022 prep was when I did a dumbbell row, and I think I did like 55 for like a set of 8. So it will be quite interesting to compare where I am strength wise back then. I'm then gonna go on to a lat pullover. So whether that's gonna be with a machine or whether that's gonna be with a rope or a straight bar, I'll probably let you know once I get there. And then we're gonna move on to our chest movement. So incline dumbbell press up next, decline hammer press, and then we're gonna finish off with a cuffed tricep extension. So really looking forward to this. When I first thought about doing chest and back, I thought, fucking hell, that sounds shit. Like, it looks shit on paper. Sometimes we judge things way quicker than what we actually should. And sometimes you just need to give it a try. And then fast forward now, I'm like, oh my God, this is the fucking best session I've ever done. So sometimes don't judge a book by its cover, okay? Sometimes give it a try, then you can make a judgment as to whether you like it or not. So yeah, 2 working sets. I'll go through the rep ranges. I'll dive into more of the session as we get on throughout it. But you know the score, guys. We don't fucking miss. Today is a big session. We've got we've only got a certain amount of training sessions when you actually think about it until prep next year. So these moments, every session counts when you're in a good position with your food, body weight, motivation, just all of those things. When you're in a good space, this is where you're gonna grow like a weed. It's kind of like fucking a flower, right? You put it in the perfect environment, it's gonna grow. When it's in a shit environment, it's probably gonna die. So you wanna maximize your environment as best as you can. So when things are good, guys, fucking milk it, okay? Anyway, shut the fuck up. Logbook numbers are gonna be set. We're gonna fucking beat today's session. Let's fucking get it, Georgia boy, you cunt. For anyone who's interested in how I set up this prime pull down plate loader, so obviously it's got 3 pegs, peg 1, peg 2, peg 3. I've loaded it 75% of the total weight on the top peg. So that is where you're gonna get most in the lengthen range, so the stretch. And I've loaded 25% of the weight in the middle peg. So you're gonna get a little bit more tension in the middle of the range as well, okay? So where our muscles are weakest is in the lengthen position under the stretch. So it's important to remember that if you can change the resistance profile, which suits you challenging the lengthen position, this setup is great. So usually on any prime piece that I do, I'll normally do that 75% on the pin number 3, 25% on the top peg, and that works really well. So yeah, lovely in the stretch, really hard, but drops off nicely in the short one so I can get the muscle contracted. Fucking beautiful, you cunt. Right, moving on to dumbbell row. I ain't done this, like I said, since 2022, so I'll be, I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. It'll be quite interesting if I do hit like a PB. I think the best I've done is, like I said, 55 for a set of 8. I've just picked up the 40s. I'm just going to row that first and see how it feels, but we're hopefully going to go and hit a fucking PB, touch wood. But we got to make sure our form is good, okay? I can't hit 60s and my form is shit. But the dumbbells are quite big here. I've only got little fucking girl hands, so this should be very interesting. So 60 kilos for a set of 8, and I did like 9 with my right hand. I don't know how I did that, to be honest with you. I think there's a balance here. Like, maybe you might question my form and go, it could be better. But at the same time, if I want my form to be perfect, I'll stick to fucking rowing 20 kilos. And is 20 kilo dumbbell row gonna fucking build my lats? Probably not. So I like to have the best of both worlds. I like just to move some weight and just have some fun, because for me, training is all about having fun. If I enjoy something, I'm gonna push myself more, which is probably gonna lead to some sort of growth anyway. And it comes between that optimal and enjoyment aspect of things. There's things which you need to be more optimal, which are going to bring you more growth, but if you don't enjoy it, you're probably not going to fucking push yourself. And there's an element of where, you know, you're enjoying it, but it's not as optimal. My best advice, stick to the fucking enjoyable, because it's what's going to keep you going for longer, and over a long period of time you'll make the progress. So I'm going to back off now and do like 45, but do it really controlled, so I'll get the best of both worlds, a bit of moving weight and a bit of good form. Every fucking set counts. Every set, every session, it counts. The isolation stuff, don't be a fucking pussy. Just don't be a pussy. Just fucking send it. Just go until you can't do any physically more. Don't bottle it. If you want to fucking progress, that's what you've got to do. If you really want to take your physique to the next level, you've got to do something that you've not done before. You've got to push yourself to boundaries which are uncomfortable. Because getting uncomfortable with anything that you do in life is probably the best thing you ever do. Wise fucking words from the George boy, eh? So send it. Every session, every day counts. That's what I think in my head. I'm thinking about next year, stepping on stage. It sounds cringy as fuck. But I'm thinking about, what do I want to look like? What do I want to achieve? And how am I going to do that? That's how I am so focused in my training sessions, okay? Easy. So that's back work done. It's important to remember, when your frequency is higher, your volume needs to be lower. So I trained back 2 days ago. I'm next training back on Saturday. So I need to make sure that I'm recovering between sessions. When I'm doing more, I need to do less. So it may sound not like loads on paper, but when I'm doing it in a couple of days time, and when I did it 2 days before, it's definitely enough, if that makes sense. So remember, frequency up, volume comes down in the training sessions. Thank you. A big shout out to Old School Gyms as well for putting up the banner in the downstairs bit of the gym. I think that looks fucking cool. We didn't want it over the top, like too flashy. Basic, that's who we are. This is what we do. Interested, you know what the fuck you need to do.
Narvaza on the beat. Narvaza on the beat.
So that was a really, really good training session. I don't know if you can see this, but I am sweating like a motherfucker today for some reason. And I'm not using any Glen or anything like that. I'm just literally fucking, it must be this material that makes me sweat, because this is like literally drenched through. Anyway, shut up. Really good session. Loved the programming by Dr. Vix. Obviously she programs all my trainings. Just feeling good at the moment. It's that post-diet sort of phase where you start eating more food and you just start seeing progression. So yeah, as I pull my shorts down, nothing weird about that, I'm gonna show you where we're at in terms of the physique. So my scale weight obviously this week has gone up on average. It's just me standing in my underwear. What the fucking idiot. I'm hovering around the 79s. Last week I was the 78, so I'm around about 4 or 5 kilos off my heaviest that I was in my last bulk. Ideally I want to be trying to aim for about 0.8 of a kilo per month. However, it's not always just about the scale weight, it's also how you look as well. So look at yourself in the mirror, take measurements, okay, and compare. That's really important, because there's so many things that go into the scale weight, which explains why the scale weight is what it is, okay? Whereas when you take photos and when you take measurements, you know, there's no hiding in regards to any of that. So this is where we're at. A little bit heavier than what we was last week. I'm not expecting miracles, by the way, when I show you like, oh my God, like, wow, your transformation a week is amazing, but we'll just show you where we're at. As always, I will show you relaxed shots, because we're not always standing around like fucking bodybuilders. Like you see some people run like this, like they're Billy Bit Bollocks. This is me relaxed, day to day, usual shit. And that's where we're at. I store most of my body fat like around here. Like from the front, I'm leaner than what I am from the rear. Obviously glutes, lower back, around this sort of area. As you can see, I can pinch it there. That's where I store most of my body fat, just like most people, to be honest with you, especially most males. But overall, not too bad. Happy with where we're at. We'll continue fucking climbing the ladder. Right, we have just got back from the gym. Guys, make sure you wash your hands after the fucking gym, because there are some fucking unhygienic bastards in there, I tell ya, who don't fucking wash, don't fucking clean, and yeah, make sure you wash your hands before you eat, because God knows what germs you can pick up at the fucking gym with everyone picking things up and stuff like that. Straight into post-workout meal. Basically, as we was at the gym, one thing we did is put the rice cooker on and left it to sit nice and warm until obviously we get back. So we've got our rice in there. We've also got our green beans in the little tray bit that they give you. And all I need to simply do is just cook up the meat. So when it comes to convenience, easy as that. And even better, if you don't have the time, you could have done that in the morning and that could be sitting in the fridge for you right now. And you could just be literally eating it right now. So convenience, and we want to try and be efficient because we've got other things that we need to do. And again, we just don't want to waste time post-workout. I don't want to leave it 2-3 hours and not have a meal. So get yourself a rice cooker. It's going to be handy as fuck. It's very convenient. And guess what? No bloody excuses. So Post-workout meal is very similar to the first meal that you saw. However, the only change is the vegetables. So we got green beans instead of the cauliflower. And what I've also added in is some of the beetroot. Like I said, you saw earlier, we saw the kimchi. This is the version that's got some beetroot as well. So naturally fermented. How lovely. Post-workout meal, 125 grams of jasmine rice, 150 grams beef mince. Also got some green beans in there, which is 100 grams, and just like a spoonful of the beetroot on the side, just to add a little bit of flavor and a little bit of texture. So usually I'll eat this around half an hour post-workout. I generally recommend most people eating within an hour or so post-workout. It depends if you have like intra-workout like I do or not, but I would just say like try and get yourself relaxed before you eat your meal. Try and just de-wind, is that the right word? Fuck knows, it sounded right in my head. Just try and relax, just wind down post-workout. So remember, digestion is key here. We want to make sure that we're absorbing our food. We want to make sure that we start that recovery process, okay? So little things that I simply do is I just go, just chill out. Put on some nice music when you drive home from the gym or walk home from the gym, however you do it. Chill the fuck out and then eat. Also, Vicky always has, and I only have a few sips, but...
That's not true. You have more sips than me, because I actually opened it yesterday. I had a sip and I came back and I was like, most of it's gone. Yeah,
I accidentally started drinking a little bit too much, but usually I try and tell myself, have a few sips of this Pepsi Max Cherry post-workout as well. You can't beat Pepsi Max Cherry, and you can't beat it from a can. Can all day is fucking banging, especially when it's summertime.
Tinny with the lads.
Tinny with the lads, the lad being you. You cunt. You have no idea how much fun it is just to launch stuff in the fucking air. If anyone doesn't know, we are in the process of relocating and moving to Spain. So I wanted to showcase this because a lot of people have actually asked what we're actually doing. And the first thing that we're actually doing is getting rid of shit in the house, because as you can clearly see behind me, we have a lot of shit. And what I told myself in my head is if I haven't used it or seen it in the last 6 months, it's going in there. Rather than, oh, should I keep it? Should I do this? Should I do that? Nope, just fucking get rid of it. So we hired a van and we were gonna do a skip, but I don't think based upon what we've got here, like mattresses, I don't think you can put them in skips. I don't know. So yeah, plan of action is it's a very physical day, I must say, for me. We're gonna take this to the fucking recycling centre and we're gonna get rid of loads of shit. So that's the first process of us moving out, and looks like the dogs are coming with us too. Are you? You coming with us? So that is recycling done. How do you feel?
I feel emotional. I don't know why. I feel like I said to George, I've worked so hard to like buy all the stuff for the house, and now letting it go is really difficult for me. Yeah. But it's quite a nice feeling. I enjoyed that. I could work here.
Oh, it's fucking well out of it. I am. That's quite physical. I'm not normally a physical person anymore because I'm scared I'm gonna get injured because of bodybuilding. But
and a guy said, he was like, "Do you go to the gym?"
Did you say that?
Yeah, he did.
Who?
Dave over there.
Dave.
Someone that was really, really nice to me.
Fuck Dave. I've got these sourdough crumpets, and one thing that I like to do is add some of the Fry Light butter on top. And whilst I don't use regular butter, this is the closest that I'm gonna get to having a buttery taste. So when you are making any sort of bread, bagels, things like that, spray a little bit of this on there and it'll taste a little bit more buttery. So meal number 4, time is 4:13 in the afternoon, and we're back. We're back with the 4 crumpets. On my rest days, I was having fucking 0, which was tragic. And I think on my train days, I was having 2. So what we've done is we've splodged some lighter than light mayonnaise on there. And you may be thinking, George, you're an absolute sicko. Mayonnaise and crumpets do not go. They do, and it's absolutely banging.
Some
and then
people on the channel said that mayo and eggs don't go. Do you remember that?
Yeah. May and egg. They go, shut up, you idiot. And then first part, this is dessert. First part is 2 whole eggs, 100 mil. 2 whole eggs, 2 whole eggs, 2 whole eggs, 100 eggs. I'll get there in the end. 2 whole eggs, 100 mil of egg whites. We've got some spinach, kale, and some bell pepper, mushrooms in there. So if you're ever looking for a veg mix, use those on like an omelette. It tastes 10 out of 10. And then I've squirted some sweet chili sauce and some mayonnaise on there. Vicky's on a high day today. I fucked up her eggs, okay? Guys, when you fuck up your partner's eggs when she's dieting, you'll know about it, okay?
I usually have 1, and you gave me 2, and I've got a fucked up egg, so what's the point of having 2?
I know, but you have 2 crumpets.
I'm joking, I'm crazy.
Vicky hasn't had 2 crumpets in a very long time, so she's happier. That's all I can say about that. She's definitely happier the last day or 2 compared to before. Boys,
feed your girlfriends.
Okay. Boys, feed your girlfriends, especially if they are dieting and you coach them. Just give them a random feed here and there just to cheer them up a little bit, but she'll still make progress, don't worry about that. The key thing to sitting in the living room and sitting on the settee is buy yourself a fucking tray. Eat off a tray. It's very handy when it comes to eating your meals. So yeah, this meal for me is pleasurable. I think that's the most important thing, that a lot of people say they eat food for fuel. I mean, for fuel purposes. Well, that's great, but if you don't fucking enjoy it, then you ain't gonna wanna eat it. So for me, enjoyment is up there with number 1. Number 2 is obviously fuel. I think when it comes to like protein sources, carb sources, like have a variety. Find out what sits well with you and just keep it consistent. The vegetables, get many different colors, textures, all those sort of good things, and just fucking eat. Like, remember, when you're trying to build muscle, you've got to eat. You can't like fast, or like I see so many people like have 2 meals. I'm like, no. Get your fucking food in, eat consistently, get a routine with it, and treat it kind of like it's a job. Like, that's how I sort of see it. I'm like, my non-negotiables every single day is I need to get my 5 meals in. My non-negotiables are, am I going to finish the day knowing that I've given it my absolute best? And that's what's going to set you up to be the best. And again, I'm focused on going back on stage. If you're an average person, just goes to the gym, want to break progress, don't worry about what I'm saying. But if you are someone watching this and going, yeah, I want to step on stage, then you've got to do what you've got fucking got to do, okay? And that is day in, day out. And I promise you, this stuff that I'm doing now is going to reward next year when I step on stage. 100%. I'm going to look completely different. Why? Because I'm turning up and doing the shit that I need to do. Right, for anyone who has eating disorders or food focus, this is how I eat my meals. Shut up, George. Right, so basically,
Burping, I'm eating.
Sorry. Basically what I do is I eat around the egg yolks, and then what I will do is I'll place, if I can do this without fucking it falling on the floor. Right. The eggs on top of, I'll place the eggs on top of the crumpet like that, and then what I'll do is I'll eat it. We are here for the final meal of the day. It's 7:30, which is usually quite late for us. I've been on FaceTime to my parents for the last hour and a half, which has been nice. I don't see my family much, so guys, just a reminder to make an effort to, if you don't see your family, make an effort to contact your family. Anyway, shut up, you little soppy bastard. Nasal strip on, final meal is ready. I am ready for Love Island. We've been watching that, tragically, I know. I have 100 grams of oats here. It's basically the same meal as my pre-workout. 100 grams of oats, 50 grams of whey, 30 mixed in, 20 sludge on top, 25 grams of honey, 100 blueberries, 50 raspberries, and 15 grams of almond butter on top with some salt. I actually got that right the first time. I eat this usually in bed, can't lie. Like, I'm gonna take this upstairs and eat in bed. We talk about digestion and all those sort of things, but for me, doesn't fucking batter me. As soon as I eat this, turn off the laptop, put the old eye mask on, it's lights out, all out, baby. So that is the full day of eating. Pretty straightforward, as you can see. Nothing fancy in terms of like meals, or I just stick to what I know, and I just stick to more of the things that I've been eating from the diet. So yeah, you may notice that these videos in particular, you're like, oh my God, it's the same shit. We've seen this 100 times. But one thing you can take from this, like I've said before, is notice how it's the same. And the reason why it's the same, because it fucking works. And that's one thing that bodybuilding is about. It's about repetition, repetition, repetition. I can do this every single day, constantly. And that's what's going to lead me to make the progress that I want with my physique. So just take note of that, okay? Rather than go, oh, fucking hell, it's the same old boring shit. Actually go, no, you know what? That's probably what you need to do to make the progress, okay? So I'm going to enjoy this. The dogs are sitting here patiently waiting for their evening treats. Gonna give them the treats. You want a treat? Yes. And we're gonna head up to bed and chill out. Comment down below, bottle, if you have watched the whole thing. Guys, first of all, watermelon sugar-free velvet water is the best one, in my opinion. 100% is the GOAT. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm hoping you have got something from it, as always, and that is what we're currently doing with our training and obviously most importantly our nutrition. So I will update you throughout the week in terms of where my scale weight's been this week, what we've done so far, all that sort of good stuff. So if you are following along and if you are enjoying the content, please like, please subscribe, and as always, anything you guys want to see, let us know in the comments below as well. I shall see you in, of course, the next one.